Yeah, Amira.
Both legs are tied with a rope.
This is where the ferry is supposed to be. Nothing so far. Thank you. It's an experience. That's what I can say. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the vlog. Long time no see, long time no chit chat, but we don't even have much time to catch up because I'm about to head on a road trip in the next few minutes. So we're going to camp. We're going outdoor camping. The most interesting thing is it's not only camping in the desert, it's going to be on an island. So we're going to Dalma Island. So we have to go all the way to Abu Dhabi, take a ferry from, I don't know which port we're going to take a ferry from, but in order to access the island, you have to take a ferry. And the ferry is a 1-hour journey. So that is what the plan is for today and tonight. So we're going to Abu Dhabi first, then take a ferry to Dalma Island, camp there overnight, and then come back tomorrow in the morning. Fingers crossed that all goes well. We're going to do a barbecue at night and all that jazz. But that is the plan for now. So we're leaving in a few minutes. I'm basically ready to go. I'm just waiting for the pickup and then we can get moving.
See, both legs are tied with a rope. See? So he cannot run fast.
Magnolia town was humming, smoke lay on the ground. Yeah, Magnolia town was humming, smoke lay on the ground. Ain't no face I recognize, and my baby can't be found. I left that place in summer, swore I'd be back by fall. I left that place in summer, swore I'd be back by fall.
We've arrived in Abu Dhabi. This port is called Al Dana, but chances are we might not be able to go to the island today because apparently the weather is not good for sailing. So we're waiting to find out if there will be another ferry, but this is where the ferry is supposed to be. Nothing so far.
Now the porch is bare and broken, and her name's gone from the wall.
So at this point, it was a matter of deciding whether we're going to go back to Dubai after driving 3 hours all the way to Al Dana city, or we could camp for the night and then head for the ferry the next day. So essentially what was supposed to be an overnight trip turned into a 2-day trip. We found a spot nearby called Shipwreck Beach where we could camp for the night, and we decided to just drive up and down the beach to see where would be the best place to set up camp. And our friend is such an adrenaline junkie because why are we literally driving on the seabed? I had to ask a couple of times if we are too close to the water because I thought we were gonna get stuck or something. But hey, trust the expert. And it was vibes. It was really good vibes. And I thank God that I am an overthinker and an overpacker, because I had enough outfits for 5 days, not just overnight. So that wasn't a worry for me. So we decided to just, you know what, let God and let live and just enjoy the moments.
Heard the church bell moaning down on Beale Street side. Heard the church bell moaning down on Beale Street side. Sounded like forgiveness for the tears I've tried. Now I'm sitting with this guitar, strings on like they know.
So we've set up camp. The tents are up and the sun just set. We want to start barbecuing now. It's so windy, I don't know if you can hear me, but we want to start barbecuing now.
Imagine the wind. How would we look like that? Zidni appareil.
Thank you. Wow, good morning. Well, that was a crazy night of sleeping outside. A lot of strange noises, but all in all, we made it through the night. The sun is just about to come up, so we're going to start getting breakfast ready and change, and I think the guys want to take a swim in the sea, and then hopefully we'll be able to get to the island today. But the night wasn't too bad. It wasn't cold as I expected. I even had to take this off because it was really warm inside the tent, and even now the temperatures are like 24-25 degrees, so it's not like crazy cold. It's quite reasonable, and I'm just taking a walk and enjoying the scenery. It's very calm, very quiet. Nobody else decided to do camping this evening. Like, there's literally no one else here. This is where we camped. I don't know if you can see, the car is just over there, and the tents are on the other side, but this is where we camped. It's not completely secluded. There are some like residential places over there, but this whole other side is just empty. So it's an experience. That's what I can say. It's an experience. We've moved from the camping spot quite a bit far from the camping spot actually. We've come all the way to Sila. So Sila is on the far end of Abu Dhabi, near to Qatar actually. And this is another beach, but this one has more facilities, so there are showers here and everything. I've freshened up, I've had a shower, freshen up, change clothes, and now we're just chilling at the beach. But the morning so far is very chill, very quiet. I just find it interesting how, like, such places, there is so many facilities, but like right now there's no one else here. It's just us. This is a playground, like a whole play area for the kids. Back there, there's basketball court. There like tennis table tennis tables or ping pong tables. There's a lot of stuff to use around here. Maybe it's because of the weather. Maybe because we're already in summer, so most people, according to the people who are working here, like most people come in the evening. But it's just so interesting having so many facilities like just freely available. There's no entrance to this place, you just come in. When I see such things, I just imagine if Kenya was like that, because this place, it's clean, it's well maintained, showers and everything, playgrounds, the beach is clean. I wish. But anyway, I'm just chilling. At this point, it's just about going with the flow, because coming to Sila was not in the plan. The plan was to go to Dalma Island and go back home. But now we've had to find a bunch of detours to keep ourselves busy. I really hope the weather today will be good.
Fried with olive oil. That's it. There is no salt, nothing. No need to keep, move it, because it will damage the potatoes. So what we're gonna do now, we just put the eggs. Easy peasy.
بعد هذه اللكة
Would you believe that we almost missed this ferry again? After guys went swimming, then we decided to make breakfast. Time was just moving, and then the next thing you know, we have to catch the ferry. When I tell you the tension in the car could be cut with a knife. And then on the way back, also there was some construction on the road. We were just watching the time. We caught the ferry at the nick of time, like it was just about to leave. But here we are. We're on the ferry, finally heading to Dalma Island, and I'm just glad we made it. So the whole ferry ride took us about 1 hour, and then we finally got to Dalma Island. The island is pretty small, so we decided to just drive around the entire island to see basically what it looks like, and then try to figure out where we would set up for the evening. Most of the island is not developed, I would say. Like, the roads are there, the infrastructure is there, but in terms of like construction, buildings, there's only one side where you can say the main town is, but the rest of it is just like hilly areas. There's a small mangrove area. So we were just driving around, checking out the place. They even have this windmill power plant, I would assume, because windmills are used to generate electricity, right? Once we had taken in the sites, we decided to camp again on the beach. That was what was supposed to happen the previous night, but we found a nice cool spot on the beach. Of course, again, this guy with parking right next to the water. I was like, what if the tide just crashes, and then this whole imaginary pier collapses, and the car ends up in the water. But he was like, "Nah, nah, nah, I got this." So this is where we decided to set up and chill out for the rest of the evening. Finally made it to Dalma Island, and it's beautiful. It is beautiful. We drove around the entire island in less than 20 minutes just to see where would be the best place to set up. And so far this area is winning. The waves are really loud, but hopefully you can hear me. But it's so beautiful. Look at that.
Magnolia Town was
The protein dosage.
لحظة ما أقول أنت بعدت وشلون لسوي القلب.
Day 2 of sleeping in a tent, and let me just say, I'm ready to be back in my bed. I miss my bed, but I'm about to hit the sack. The waves are so loud in this place compared to where we were yesterday. I think on the island, because it's in the middle of the sea, so the waves are more active. Like, it's so loud, I think you can hear it. I don't know how the sound is picking up, but the waves are so loud. And also some guys are still awake, but I'm tired, so let's see if I'll be able to fall asleep in the sounds of nature. But yeah, this is the tent, this is the accommodation, this is how the accommodation is looking. Yo, I side quested too hard this time round. The side quest this time round was a bit extreme. But it's been an experience, to say the least. Good morning. Last sunrise. The tent is all packed up, so we're just getting ready to leave. I'm back on the ferry. We're heading now back to the mainland, and then it will be I think a 4-hour drive back to Dubai. It's about 500 or so kilometers to Dubai, but the speed limit in the main road towards Dubai is 160, so shouldn't take much time. Should take about 3.5 to 4 hours to drive back to Dubai. But it's been fun. Glad I got the chance to see the island. The island is not really, only a portion of the island is like fully developed. Like most of it, it's still a bunch of hills and mangroves and what, but there's a lot of construction going on. So I think there's still more development coming up. Last night was not too bad, although it was so windy and the cover of the tent kept on flapping. And then there's a cat that came to the campsite and had so much fun just disrupting everything. But all in all, it was a nice experience. So good afternoon, and we're back home after 2 days of adventuring in the wild. Well, not really the wild, but after 2 days of outsiding, I have never missed my bed and my shower so much. Hey, people who do camping on a regular basis, it's an acquired taste. But I had a good time. I had a good time though. The main attraction was definitely going to Dalma Island, which is strange because it is in the Arabian Gulf, not very far from the action. But everything was calm, everything was cool. The ferry there and back was honestly very, very calm. I think the day that they canceled the ferry, they really did us a favor, because the time when we went, the water was really calm. Like you could hardly feel your cruising over water, and then the ferry moves so fast. The ferry moved faster than I expected. It was almost like a speedboat, but it was really, really going fast. So journey to the island was smooth. The island is nice, still developing. We took a drive around the island before we set up camp, and I think the entire drive around it took less than 20 minutes. So that's how small the island is. Only one side of it is developed. In the middle of the island is a bunch of, small hills, mountains, there are mangroves and stuff like that. Then one side of the island is developed, like there is supermarkets, there is banks, fuel station, basically mosques, anything that you can expect to find in a developed area. So that was quite interesting. And then they have an airport, so you can fly there if you don't want to use the ferry. The beaches are nice. The water is crystal clear. Like I wasn't planning to swim at all during this entire trip, but the water was looking very inviting. We set up camp right on the beach, like right next to the water. The whole night when I was sleeping, I could hear the waves crashing and stuff like that. It's a very centering experience. Like if you really need to defog your mind, then just go camp on the beach and just listen to the waves all night. You know that soundtrack that you play on Spotify when you're trying to look for sleeping sounds? Yeah, that, but live. And yeah, we were just chilling, actually, to be honest. It was just hanging out with friends, talking stories, chilling, barbecuing, and enjoying the island. And then we came back in the morning. The trip from Abu Dhabi back to Dubai just went by like that. I think I was watching a YouTube video and I fell asleep at some point. I think pretty much we're all just tired, and everybody was very silent in the car on the way back, playing on their phones or sleeping and stuff like that. So we made it back very uneventful. But I missed my bed. I cannot state how much I missed my bed. Sand in everything, sand everywhere, sand in my shoes, sand in my bags, sand everywhere. So I had to take some time to just take care of the sand situation, unpack, do a little bit of laundry. Now I feel well settled in. But with all that being said, I'll just close this video here. So thank you so much for watching the video all the way until the end, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.